All right, well, here we are again.
Here we are.
So, what are we going to talk about?
Well, today is an amazing class because I get people ask me all the time. I love, love, love marketing to my referral partners, but I think it's time, now that we're at the beginning of the year, to go deep with them instead of we call it
Swell.
well marketing versus swamp marketing.
So what's the
so
difference?
swamp marketing is huge. It's a huge area, but it's real shallow. So you're not going deep with anybody. You're just kind of like a machine gun trying to hit everybody.
And you get muddy water.
Exactly. But when you do well, you go deep with them, and it's a source that lasts forever, if you want to call it that.
Like a well.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so much smaller.
That's what we're talking about today, is how do you build and maintain relationships with your referral partners and make it well marketing and not swamp.
You know, I saw somebody just the other day made a comment. I wish I remember who it was. I give them credit for it. But they said, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. A lot of truth to that.
Yeah, a lot easier to carry and keep track
it's easier.
of. And,
so if I go deep with a handful of referral partners and get a lot of business from them, it's easier than spreading myself thin. So this is all about. So you're listening. You're on the right class today. If you want to see about how to go deeper with those agents that you already have connection with to get more of their loans. Because we find it's easier to get more loans from the sources you may already have than to go out and get new referral partners. But I have to tell you, for a lot of people, myself included, we struggle with that a little bit because it's, I don't know, sexy or fun or whatever to go hunting and go get a new one versus nurturing and going deep with the ones that you have.
It is, but this goes back to our analogy as well as milking your cows. So you can have a dairy farm that has, thousands of cows on it, but if you're only milking them for 50%, and then you're like, you know what, I'm not making enough milk, I think I'm gonna go buy more cows. Wait, why don't we just try and milk those for a little bit more and then see if we need to go get more cows?
Because and man, it's the same thing. You'd have to go out and buy twice as much cow food when the cows you already have enough milk.
Exactly.
That's a great analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're gonna replace Harry, the parrot for our logo to a milk cow.
There we go.
Because I really like that. So all right. So first slide.
So it is all about the follow up. I know personally someone who has met and taught over 3,000 real estate agents, but they close 4 loans a month because they don't follow up. So everything we do, it doesn't matter what it is with the loans in process, which we call the Just Ask. It's our past database of clients, our pre-approved lookings, and our referral partners. The money is in the follow-up.
That you refer other people, or not refer, but that you get other people in your team to help you with this stuff. If you don't have that person, you do it for now, and then look for that person to fire you from that position, and then they take over. Don't wait until you find somebody to do what we're getting ready to show you today. You put this in action like right now, and then look for somebody to replace you, and then they're going to start doing it, which I always kind of like that model anyway, because if I do it first, then hire somebody to replace me, I know what to expect because I did it.
Exactly.
I know
my results, I know my conversion rates, I know all of that kind of stuff.
I totally agree. Now, the other thing on today's class, we're going to be giving you like this 5-week checklist. That's kind of what we're going to be talking about here this week. So this is going to be no new information. It's going to be systematizing information that you already have.
Yes, and like we said, 90% of all of this someone else can do. And the result of it is, though, when you are systematically reaching out to your referral partners, man, they feel special because we're going to go through a lot of things that make them feel special. And when they feel special, they send more deals your way.
And I would go out the venture that, man, if you're doing this stuff, like as far as referral partners, you don't need to do anything else. Like, this is it.
Exactly. I would say, especially in the Freedom Club members, about 90% of you guys will never have to do what when I call a cold call. I'm calling someone I don't know from Adam's house cat asking them for a loan. So with everything that we have where you can connect yourself with your referral partners and your sphere of influence and your past database and all of those people, asking them for introductions to real estate agents or for referrals, you should not have to make a cold call.
Yeah. And just by the way, key lime tea is outstanding. I got a new tea today, so I'm doing key lime tea. Anyway.
Okay, so this is the little form that we're going to just use as a template for how you make sure that you systematize this and follow through.
And in the show notes, we got this ever so complicated little spreadsheet printed out for you here in the show notes. So just print it out, and you're going to go through each week. And this is like this is going to be a 10 cycle campaign.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're going to do for 5 weeks in a row, and then we're going to start all over, and then 5 weeks, and then start all over. And
That's
if
right.
you start this at the beginning of the year, by the time you get to the last couple weeks of the year, which is Christmas and New Year's, during those weeks, you won't do this. It'll be more of the Merry Christmas, sending the Christmas card to them. So they'll still get some kind of thing, but it's not going to be in the system.
Yeah. How you're going to do this, and again, this is going to make sense after you watch this call, is you're going to do the activity of, think of this as one cycle. That cycle is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, one cycle. Check. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So I go check, 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 cycle 1, check, 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 cycle 2, and so forth, right? So it'll make sense here as we go on. So let's go on to the next slide here. This will make sense. So on week 1 of this cycle, and again, this is agents that I'm already either getting business from. I get 1 or 2 deals a year. I get 1 or 2 deals a month. I get 1 or 2 deals a week. But this is not replacing the pre-coffee Thor's hammer. I think you could incorporate some of these ideas into that, but this is really designed post-coffee Thor's hammer on systematizing how you're getting back with these people. Because one thing that you made a comment with, Tammy, is you get we both get people sometimes. They go, hey, you know, I've known this realtor Diane for the last 3 years. We've been working together, and I'm calling her every Monday. Sometimes I feel like I need to freshen it up a little bit. And so that was the purpose of doing the systemization, is just kind of, you know, freshening up a little bit.
Yes, it is how to build relationship, but to me, I kind of liken it to, I do this every single year. And maybe it's just because I have a great relationship with my husband. I always forget my anniversary, always. So my girlfriends now, they have it all marked in their calendar. Even though I have it marked in my calendar, they have to call me and say, don't forget, tomorrow's your anniversary. They do it all the time. So that's what this is like.
I knew that would happen to me, because
you got married on July 4th.
I got married on Independence Day, which is totally weird in itself, I guess, as it stands.
Well, that's how Maria helped me this year. I've been married 10 years this year. Maria finally's like, you know, I got married on the 4th. You got married on the 4th. I got married on the 4th of December. So she's like, just remember it's the same day as mine. I'm like, oh,
got it.
That'll help me. Yeah, because I can remember, is it the 4th or the 5th?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it's
right.
the 4th.
So on week 1
you're
of
going to make a
cycle
phone
1,
call.
okay?
Okay.
Just like I always do.
Always, always, always. And there is so many scripts out there. I always hear people say, I don't know what to say. I put 1,000 things here, guys. It's building relationship. You never have to wonder, I'm calling my best friend. I wonder what I'm going to say to them today. This is the same thing. You're building a relationship. So here's some good sentence starters for you. You can use our classic every once in a while. Did you work or did you play? Or, hey, I just called to say hi. Yeah. What are you up to?
So this would be the standard post-coffee Monday morning call. Did you work or did you play? I worked. Awesome. Who did you work with and help you with? Did you work or did you play? I played. Great. What'd you guys do? Can I count on you for that next buyer lead? Or you might want to say,
or you're giving them business tips or things that you've run across to that you found interesting that you thought that they might want to hear about too. Hey, I was listening to a podcast and they said, I was talking with one of my other referral partners and this is what they're doing. Maybe you could incorporate it in your business too. I was doing some research from NAR and they said, did you know that 74% of people said they would use the same agent again and only 24% did? Do you guys market to your database? So things like that. Hey, I saw a Facebook ad that said, or hey, did you see those Super Bar commercials? You know, it kind of got me thinking about, they get their message across in 30 seconds or less, and people run out to buy Doritos because of 30 seconds. Yeah. Do you have a 30-second USP?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And so my mastermind group shared, I just saw Jen Conley does a podcast, and on an episode of the podcast I saw her doing, she was talking about the I will statement. And so you guys have our complete permission to just totally rip this stuff off and share it with your referral partners. That's a big part of doing it. And you know, you could just, like you said, just rotate through subjects about the weather, the events, technology, programs, biz tips, or just, like you say here, plain simple, I appreciate you. But what I wouldn't talk about is, hey, the election's coming up. How are you voting? Or, man, I'm glad he did this or she did that. Or, yeah, everybody knows, stay the heck away from that stuff.
From any controversial.
Any controversial, yeah. Any
Okay.
controversial.
So
Okay,
that's
enough
week
said.
one. You're going
Week
to
one.
make an amazing phone call. The big thing is because this is going to be one of your big times for talking to them in person, you're always going to have a call to action.
And so what's that call to
And
action?
so we're going to
if
have some,
So tell me about the call to action.
there's some ways to ask for business.
And this is
from
all
them.
week one.
This is still in week one. So you chit chat with those first few minutes. And again, I think it goes back to, guys, you can't keep on the phone for 20 minutes. This is a 3-4 minute phone call. Okay. So, hey, I heard this business tip about blah, blah, blah. Hey, I know you're busy. But you know what? I just love working with you. Love it. Thanks for being such an integral part of my business. And because of our partnership, you would be able to say this,
Yeah.
because of our partnership, I'm able to put my baby girl through medical college, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If they're already sending you all of their business, you can just say, I look forward to an amazing another year working together. Thank you. If they're not sending you all their business and you want more of it, hey, I would love to look at ways that we could work more together. When can we sit down and take a look at making that happen?
Yeah. Well, we need to make that happen.
Yeah. Or, hey, I love working with you. The good old universe reset button.
Yeah.
I love working with you. In fact, if there was a magic button in the universe that I could mash, I would be like mashing it over and over and over again. And I would wear that thing out. Is there anyone else you're working with? So you can use that to get more referrals in, or I would mash that over and over and over again. I want to work with other agents who are just like you.
Do you
know anybody who's like you? Got the honesty, integrity, they're focused, they're hardworking, they're fun, they're easygoing, whatever. And again, this is customized to this real estate agent. So what do you like about working with them? Say that. Do you get more of that?
Yeah. So the bottom line is, every time I talk to them on these Monday morning phone calls, using some of these different pre-call to action openers, that at the end of that conversation, no matter what we talked about, the bottom line is, can I count on you for that next buyer lead? I love working with you. You helped me put my little girl through school. What would I need to do to get even more of your referrals from you? Or can I count on you for that?
So you're asking for a referral or an introduction. Either one of those are perfectly safe. You're just not going to do the same one over and over and over again. So you can't ask them for an introduction every single week, but you can certainly toss it in there every once in a while.
And then if another one, and I believe this came from Race Robinson in Orlando. I think he's the one that came up with this, and I love it. And his basic script was, hey, we're having a contest this month. I'm in second place. Is there anyone you're working with that I can help you with to help me get into first place, right? I think that's an absolute excellent. And if you're not in a contest, get in one. So like if I was using this script, and let's just say I would look at my company, who's the top producer, if I saw it's Tammy, then I'm in a competition with you. You don't know it perhaps, but I'm in a competition with you because I want to get first place. And people love helping you win contests. And so I love this. The only thing is you couldn't use this script every 5 weeks, because you're in a contest every month. You're always in second place, So
So
but the whole idea is mixing this stuff up, But I'm in second place for this month or this quarter. Then you could stretch it out just a little bit more. I love the second place script. So very, very, very clever.
So you're just finding ways to get on the phone with them and ask them for business.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
So now it's week 2 of round 1. So week 1, I made my phone call. And then week 2, what do I do?
From here on out, we're going to use Facebook as our place to get ideas of things to write them, or in conversations that you've had with them.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, this is a personal handwritten note, guys. It's not one of the ones that you write one time and make copies of, because again, we're digging deep with qualified real estate agents here.
And keeping in mind, this is probably not going out to 150 agents.
Right. These are qualified, and you do business with them.
Yeah, this is likely a much smaller group.
30 to 40 people, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. 12. It could be 12.
Right, it could be 12.
Yeah, because they got to be qualified
Yeah.
to get the red carpet treatment.
Yes.
So anything that you've learned from Facebook or conversations you've had, it can be about their vacations. It can be about if they became a parent or a grandparent, any graduations from college or high school from their kids, or a wedding if they just got married or their kids got married. Pets make a great one. Oh my gosh, that was the cutest pet picture in your case. That was the cutest picture of Harry I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So it could be their own birthday or their anniversary.
So basically, I'm going onto their Facebook page, looking what's something that they're doing, and then write a handwritten note about.
Short and sweet too, guys. Just 2-second long.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love this.
Just 2 sentences.
Like-
Happy birthday. Oh, congratulations. That was the cutest picture of your new grandbaby. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this, and everybody's done something, like a vacation, a trip they went on to. Hey, if all they put on there, look, not everybody's as clever marketers as you guys are, and maybe the only thing you have on there is their listings. Hey, saw the listing at 123 Main Street. Man, congratulations for grabbing another listing. Just write something nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's personal.
Personal.
But again, now this is something that someone else can do for you.
That's
So
correct.
they can go in and find all of this stuff happening on that person's Facebook, and they can write the note on your behalf, sign your name, off it goes. You didn't do it. You did the phone call, but now someone else is doing everything else from here on out, which I love, love, love.
Mhm.
The next week is going to be, again, a personalized something. It's a text message coming from your phone, but someone else can do it. And it's all the same things that we talked about. Anything on Facebook. Hey, you popped in my head. I hope you're doing well this week. Hey, what are you guys up to this weekend? Or hey, I hope you have an amazing week. So just anything. Or has anyone ever told you how awesome you are? I love being a partner of yours.
Mhm.
So it's just a nice personalized text message. You might even have whoever's doing it for you put their first name in there. Hey, Jill. Hey, John. Hey, Julie. You're awesome.
So on week 1, I made my phone call. On week 2, either me or somebody on my behalf wrote a personalized handwritten note. Again, this is not a photocopied one. This is actually a personal handwritten note. Week 3, I sent out a text from either my cell phone or, like here in the office, we have a texting phone number that not for the members, but for non-members, they might think that's my cell phone, but it's really not. It's going into our support team answers it, and so this text goes out, and basically it's the same thing as the handwritten note. It's just, I saw this. Have I told you lately how wonderful you are? Like just some heartfelt, real message. By the way, so if you think they're a jerk, don't send a message. I think how awesome you are, right?
Come to the curve. You don't need.
Yeah.
We're talking about a life of freedom here, guys.
Mhm.
Where you're working with who you want to work with.
Yeah.
So
There's enough of those. So,
Yeah.
because I don't want you to, when you send these messages, I don't want these to be insincere messages. I want to be sincere messages. If you don't think they're amazing, don't be calling and texting them, right? Only, find that small handful that you love working with.
Building relationships.
Yeah.
You're not going to build a relationship with someone you don't.
Because you never want to use this stuff on somebody you don't care for, because you're going to end up working with them a lot, when you do this stuff. And be real careful about that stuff.
Okay, now we're going to move on to week 4.
Week 4.
This is using Facebook. So again, someone else can do it for you. So all along for the whole month, you may be liking posts that they do or saying congratulations in a short little underneath their post, doing, some things where you're following them. But during this 4th week, you're going to go into instant message on Facebook. So
Okay.
it's a private little message that no one else can see. And you're going to chat with them about something that they've posted on recently.
So I'm going to tell you that it's very interesting. Like if I'm trying to get a hold of somebody that might be otherwise somewhat difficult to get a hold of, you will be amazed on how many people people that's achieved, that has large followings. You'll be amazed on how many of those people you can contact via Facebook messaging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is.
So they might not answer your emails. They might not even answer your text messages. But boy, when you, it's funny when you send somebody something on Facebook. And the other thing is the whole idea of doing these different modalities. Some people prefer the phone call. Some people prefer a handwritten note. Some people prefer a text. Some people prefer messaging on Facebook. And so mixing that up is what we're doing here. So you're talking to them in all the different languages.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So this would be, hey, I saw you just got back from Italy. It's been on my bucket list to go. I'd love to sit down and have a coffee with you so you can tell me a little bit more about your trip and maybe you can give me some pointers. So something like that they could do. Or again, congratulations on the birth of your baby or grandbaby. There's nothing like being a grandma, is there?
I didn't know you could ski. I didn't know you liked camping or motorcycles, or I saw your bike. My dad had one, my uncle had one, my brother, my sister, my mother, my wife, whatever. And so it's just cleverly, the bottom line on most of this stuff, it's like, I think you're awesome. I'd love for you to tell me more about how awesome you are. That's all this stuff is engaging them and it's talking about their favorite subject, which is them. And it's very, very effective, just using the different modalities of doing this. Again, these are super short, super sweet, and still somebody on your behalf could do this for you. Because if you get a Facebook message from, Brad Pitt, you don't know that Brad Pitt, you would assume that Brad sent it, but you don't know that for a fact. And so again, this is something that your DSP, your data success plan manager, your marketing manager could do. You made the phone call, somebody else could handwrite the note, somebody else could send the text, and somebody else could send this Facebook message.
Exactly.
You just want to make sure that that person understands, you got to be careful with this stuff because this goes deep with people. You want to be careful with this and stay on task. People don't put something on Facebook that they don't want to bring attention to, but you just got to be kind of careful on how you do this stuff.
Yep.
Is that?
Yep. So we'll move on to week 5 now. So week 5 is when you're going to have your face-to-face meetings with them.
Okay.
So, but there's a whole bunch of other ways you can do that. So you can use week 5 to have your face-to-face meetings. You can plan that to be a happy hour for the group or an appreciation dinner for the group.
And let's talk about the face-to-face meeting for a second. So, part of the data success plan is for you to meet with 12 face-to-face per week. 3 on Monday, 3 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, Friday's off. So we're talking about meeting with 12 people a week. These don't have to be, in fact, they shouldn't be all brand new people to you. So like if Tammy, if you and I are currently doing business together, meeting every 5th week is about right.
Yeah.
Because you're busy, I'm busy, meeting you every week might be a little often. Because the other thing to keep in mind is we're seeing each other at the title company from time to time. You might go to my happy hour, I might go to your happy hour. You might come to my class, I might go to your class. But about every 5 weeks, if you and I are referring back and forth to each other, and I'm your lender and you're the referral partner, treating you to a lunch or a breakfast or coffee after hours or something, about every 5 weeks is about right. Because if you don't visit them more often than once every 5 weeks, just like with friendship, the relationship starts to get a little bit of a distance. If you meet them too much, it's like, dude, I'm trying to work here. So meeting these people about every 5 weeks is about right. And I'd be cautious on this, that if you go, well, I saw them at the Realtors Association, at that class, I talked to them for 4 or 5 minutes. They're going to need more time than that. And so
it goes back to we're building relationships.
You're going
deep.
deep
In the map of your mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're going deep with these people.
Well, Mark.
And there's just something about hanging out at Starbucks for 30 minutes just as a one-on-one. It's a real powerful thing to do. So on week 5 with this campaign, you're going to be meeting with all these people. Now you're meeting with other agents all throughout the week. You're still doing your appointments, but on week 5, all those appointments are going deep with the relationships you currently have. So you're still going to have pre-coffee meetings all the other weeks. It's just on this week, you might not have time for pre-coffee because you're going to be, meeting with your 12 or so
and you
people.
You can scatter them out if you need to. I mean,
Yeah.
if you got 40 people, you might not be able to get them all into 1 week, so you can scatter it out. But,
Yeah.
The basics are you're trying to make sure that you hit them with a solid kind of touch each of the weeks for these 5 weeks. You can do a class. 5-star reviews are amazing. Giving them an amazing review somewhere like Yelp would be a great one, Zillow, Facebook, Google, and certainly splashing in that Mr. Schmooze gift every once in a while too of, hey, I see you're going on a cruise, here's a little book for it. so something like that. You don't have to do it all the time, but you can splash
Just
these
in case
in.
somebody's new to us, explain what the Mr. Schmooze gift is.
Well, you should be getting a book here if you're new to us, called Mr. Schmooze, and it is a gift that is related to something that you have had in conversation with them before. So I'll give you a couple examples. Like we go back to pets again. I have one of my guys sent a Mr. Schmooze gift to his agent when he saw on Facebook that she just loved her dog. I mean, every other post is about her dog. So he went and snagged the cutest picture of this dog and then had it put on a Yeti cup and sent it over to her. And on it is the picture of the dog, and then it says, I miss you, Mom. And so she has it while she's at work. And so just something like that is a Mr. Schmooze going to cost him $15 for that. So if someone plays tennis, send them tennis balls. If they play golf, send them golf balls. I had another person who sent a little piggy bank when one of his partners became a grandmother, and the piggy bank said something about the baby and had the realtor's name from Grandma Jane on it. And it was just the cutest thing. So just thinking of things that would make them happy, make them smile, but they don't have to be expensive.
I collect old tube radios, like old antique radios, and somebody sent one of you fine people sent me a book on the history of Helicraft radios, which, for me, it was like, wow, I can't believe they actually knew that Helicrafter was one of the brands that I like to collect. So yeah, it's just those little small things. And again, this book was like $5, I guess, or something like that. So little small gifts. So on week 5, face-to-face meetings, it's okay to bring a little Mr. Schmooze type gift. And but yeah, spend some time with your people. It's a very important thing.
Yeah. So again, this is a nice little way. If you come up with something different, share it with us. But this is our easy way to keep track of it. So
just making sure you're following through with each one.
In cycle number 1, week 1, you're going to do the call. Then the next week you'll check. So you're just going to go down the list here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cycle 1 is done. Then go on to cycle 2, all the way through the year.
So in other words, you're doing the week 1 through 5 every 5 weeks.
Yep.
And there's 52 weeks in the year, so you should go through week 1 through 5 10 times for the year. In the last 2 weeks, for me, I take them off, And if you do this, you've earned the right to take those 2 weeks off too. If you don't do this, you may or may not have earned the right. But if you do this, you can totally take those 2 weeks off. And again, keeping in mind that somebody else can do week 2, week 3, and week 4. So week 1 is the call. Probably best if you do that. Week 2, the note, somebody else can do. Week 3, the text, somebody else can do. Week 4, the IM message or the direct message, somebody else can do. Week 5, the face-to-face, probably likely that you're going to be doing that one.
Yeah. So let's talk about some subject matters of what you can do when you're either A, teaching a class, or B, having these face-to-face meetings with them, or trying to get them on the phone to set up that meeting. What are some things that you can talk to?
All right, so these are on the face-to-face meetings. What do I talk about?
Yeah, and all of these classes are up on our website, and some of the stuff I have turned into things for real estate agents. A lot of it's for you, but I've also created ways that you can flip it over for real estate agents. So the one-page business plan, we've covered that with you guys. So it's the one-page business plan is just mapping out your plan for the year. We've got one for real estate agents as well. The Baker's Dozen, oh my gosh, that's 13 months of subject matter to go through with them. The 80-20 on hiring an assistant and doing the disc profile and all that kind of stuff. You can chat with them about that or teach a class on that. Marketing to your database. The 3 types of freedom that we talk about in the Freedom Club. Money freedom, time freedom, or relationship or stress freedom. And asking them, what's most important to you? Because sometimes money's not the most important for people. Hey, I don't want to work weekends or nights anymore. How do I make that happen? And so you can help them sort through what's most important to them. Knowing their numbers. Just like we say, you guys need to track your numbers and know what all your conversion rates are. They do too. So for each of their marketing legs, Zillow, open houses, advertising in any kind of media thing like radio or TV or anything like that, what's your return on your investment? And do you know how many leads you've got to get into the door to get a listing or to get a buyer? So knowing their numbers. The Circle of Excellence would certainly be a great one. We've got a class. The class is under the title 4 Parts to a Sale. But it's the Circle of Excellence is making a circle And we do have a whole class on that of, and rating yourself from 1 to 10 on each one of these things. And it's, how well do you bring traffic in the door, leads in the door? How well do you create relationship with them?
Yeah.
Do you have a call to action?
Yeah.
And then do you have a follow-up system?
That's it.
And so you rate yourself from 1 to 10, and 7's not allowed, kiddos.
Yeah.
So you rate yourself on around this circle, and then you draw a circle as to, and it should be a perfect circle.
But it never
I
is.
never have seen
Yeah.
that. It's always an egg of some kind.
Yeah.
And that gives you a good idea of where your bottleneck is.
Mhm.
And you may not have to fix it inside yourself, but you're going to bring a team member on who would be able to help you fix that.
Yeah.
So if you're not good at follow-up or systems or whatever, you need to find a team member who
Yeah.
is.
So on all these subjects, like if you have any questions about any of these subjects, for the Freedom Club members, contact your coach and they'll walk you through it. For the mortgage marketing animals, hook up a phone call with Mike. He'll walk you through these. And so we're here to help you with these things. So I know some of you might have just gotten started. You go, wait, what is all this stuff? Get on the call with your coach, or get on the call for the MMA members. Get on the call with Mike or Erica and or Meg, and they'll walk you through these and help you identify which will fit best for you for the class that you want to take for the real estate agents. And another, just as an FYI, a plethora of information about what to teach classes on or face-to-face conversations. Our brother Scott Hudspeth with Agent Mastermind,
Yeah.
which everybody watching this day has access to Agent Mastermind. Scotty has just an amazing set of classes, like literally hundreds of classes for you to share with your real estate agents. And either you teach it or Scotty teaches it on your behalf for you, but you getting all the
glory.
The glory for doing it. So Scotty takes none of the credit. He gives you 100% of the credit. And again, if you want some more information about that, give Scotty a call. If you don't have his number, just contact the office. They'll hook you up with him, and he'll help you with this too. So not knowing what to talk about is absolutely not an issue with you guys. There's just an avalanche of information for you to have to teach classes and talk to your real estate agents.
Yes, yes. Now, I have a system, because I know there's a lot of people out there who have a lot of friends or a lot of relationships with real estate agents that are unqualified. And when we say unqualified, it means they only close 2, 3, 4 deals in the entire year.
Of buyer sides.
Of buyer sides. But they would still be awesome people to do business
So
with. You collect 50 of those who are all closing 3 a year, that's 150 transactions.
We've got a lot of people in the Freedom Club that while they got their whales and they got their tunas, man, there's a lot of people make a lot of money on hey, I only get 3 deals a year out of this person, but I've got 20 of those.
Yeah.
Or 50 of those. And so there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, everything right about it. But you can't give those people the same attention that you get the qualified because you don't have enough time, right? It's not scalable. And so this is what you do different.
It's the exact same system. Everything's automated though.
All right, so tell me about it.
So instead of a live phone call,
On week one.
On week one, instead of the live phone call, you're going to do a ringless voicemail.
Like with
Live broadcast.
Like solid broadcast, or you can do the
Connect My Leads.
ConnectMyLeads.com, and it's just automated where it just automatically drops a voicemail, but it sounds like they just missed a call from you.
Yeah. So the key to all of this is when you're automating follow-up, guys, is to make it sound like I called you. The only thing you're doing is not saying their name. So instead of saying, "Hey, John, you just popped into my head today. I wanted to say hi," you would just say, "Hey there, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I missed you. You popped into my head today and I just wanted to say hi. I hope you're doing well. Looking forward to catching up real soon."
Talk soon.
Yes.
That's it.
So it's a ringless voicemail.
Yeah.
It goes out to all your unqualified that first week.
With a call to action, by the way.
With a call to action.
So looking
Hey.
forward to working with your next deal. Just want to see if I could count on you for that first deal this year.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. Text, you're going to use
Week 2.
bulk text system like Mighty Text or Text Magic or 360 SMS or any of those.
Connect My Leads
Yeah.
also does the texting.
Okay.
Mhm.
So anything that is a bulk text where each agent gets an individual text, it's not a group text where like
Yeah.
50 people get the same text and they're all on the same thing together, they will hate you for that. So it's a
So
system
this is
that
going
goes
out to everybody.
one, but you send it one time and it goes
That's
out
right.
to
So it
everybody.
goes out to everybody, but it looks like it went out to one at a time. Whereas on the qualified, it was personalized. Hey, Tammy, saw you guys just got back from the British Virgin Islands. Looks like it was a great time. Looking hook up.
It was.
Yeah, it was. But you can't say that to the bulk of everybody. So it has to be a slightly more generic message. Hope you had a great holidays, or hope you had a great Easter, or hope you had a great summer, or hope you enjoyed the fall, like whatever that message
You
is.
popped into my head, just wanted to say hi, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, so it's very effective still, just not quite as personalized, but still very effective. So
Yes.
week 3,
Week 3 is a handwritten note, handwritten. So this is the one where you will write it out one time with like a blue Sharpie or a blue
gel pen,
or whatever. Make copies on cardstock, and you could probably use one of our I Like You. We've got like 50 I Like You cards in the website where you can download the PDF and take it to your printer and print it on there. You know, hope your summer's going well. So everyone could get that.
Yeah.
Or
So instead of saying, I saw that you and Ron, instead of writing it, just like the call and the text, instead of writing, Tammy, hope you guys had a great trip when you went to Italy. Instead, it would be, hey, you popped in my head. Just want to say how much I appreciate you. Thank you. Looking forward to working even more this year.
Yes. A great thing that I like to do with my handwritten notes is maybe 3 times a year, you could probably do this, is a recipe. So let's say 4th of July is here. So the personal note could be, this is one of my favorite holidays ever, and my wife and I, or my hubby and I, have our favorite barbecue recipe. If you're grilling this weekend, here's our recipe. Or we're having a contest. Hey, send us over your favorite hamburger recipe or something like
Chili
that.
cook-off recipe.
Yeah,
Very
so
effective.
you just put it in there, and then you can make copies, like on a piece of cardstock or whatever, a copy of the recipe, and put it into the card there. And so it looks like it's a handwritten something. You can do that at Christmas time with, hey, this is one of my wife and I's favorite appetizer for Christmas. So anything like that, but it's a handwritten one time.
So week 1 was a ringless voicemail. Week 2 was the bulk test, but doesn't look like a bulk text. Week 3 would be the write a note one time and then make copies of it so it looks original, but it's not, and then send that out to your 300 people or 200 or 100, whatever. Week 4, a video, text, or email.
Right, because this would have been a personal IM on Facebook, and you know, again, we're trying to look at ways of automating things. So it's going to be a video of you using your iPhone or whatever. So it's not a professional video. It's just hold it up and hey there, I was walking into Starbucks here and your name popped into my head. I just wanted to say hi. I hope you're well.
Looking forward to working even more this year.
Yes. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah.
So it would be a video of some kind. And
same video goes out to everybody.
Yes. Yeah. And then when they have a week 5, maybe invite them to a class you might be teaching.
So normally on week 5 would be face-to-face, but on these, on the unqualified, somebody send me 2, maybe 3 deals a year. We might not have enough time in the day to meet with all of those people. And so you meet with 10 of them at one time at a lunch and learn or
a class, a happy hour, or whatever.
Realtors Association, something like that.
Yes. So 5-star reviews. So it's just finding ways to connect with them as a group instead of one-on-one.
Yeah, because you just don't have the time to meet with them one-on-one.
Yes. And then this is something that you can do for everybody, qualified, unqualified. It doesn't matter for all of them. I would upload that whole entire group into Facebook as a custom audience and maybe do a Saturday strategy, a tip of the week or something like that. Again, there's tons of content that you can use on Facebook for that. Again, teaching classes, a birthday text. Everyone gets a birthday text. Or systems could automate that.
Or like on these Facebook customer audiences, like that class that I did with Nina not too long ago, where we upload all those realtors into Facebook, create a custom audience, and every time you go to a closing and you take your cutesy little picture of the title company, congratulations for Ron and Tammy Schneider for buying their new home, you put that as a post, and then that goes on. When you run this ad, it goes on all those realtors' news feed as if even if you're not friends with each other, it shows up on their news feed so that your face is just popping into them about how you did this deal, how you did that deal, how you closed these people, and it just makes you like a local celebrity. Very, very powerful. Saturday strategy, same thing, and then birthday texts are also very powerful things. So
Yeah, and I have a couple people, I don't think it's necessary, but I do have a couple people who have made a Facebook group or Facebook, small group of their real estate agents. And so it's kind of like a mini mastermind inside this group, and they post tips and let them
Great
share
idea.
on there. So
Great idea.
that's something that you can do for everybody as well.
Great idea. And so the main thing is systematizing it. See, the reason why we did this class today is some people would do that ringless voicemail 1 week, and then it worked so well they got business come in, and then they wouldn't do it again. Or they had a lot of face-to-face coffee appointments. They asked for the business using the call to action strategies. They started getting a lot of business, and they didn't do it again. Guilty as charged. I've done that exact same thing. So we wanted to put together something so it's a systemized process, along with a little check sheet right here, so that and I would not have this little check. So we're going to put a link to this check sheet here in the show notes. I would not have, just for me personally, and I get it, I'm an old fuddy-duddy, but for me personally, I would print this out on a piece of paper, and I would put this on my desk, and where I put it up on the wall to remind me every time I sit on my desk, did I get my week done of this cycle? Did I do my week 2? Did I do my week 3? Even if you're busy, you have got to do these things. That's what's going to get you up that loan officer roller coaster. If you find yourself busy and you need more help hiring people, let us know, and we're going to help you with that. But you have got to be consistent with this marketing, because your agents send you business because they know you're consistent. If you market to them on again, off again, on again, off again, they're going to assume that your follow-up is like that with the referrals they're sending over to you, which, just being honest, it probably is. And so you're proving to them that I'm consistent, I'm persistent, but in a very cool way. Every time you send me a lead, man, I systematize it. I'm on them like green on a pickle. And you're proving to them that you do that by doing it to them. And very powerful stuff. So cool. I think we covered it.
I think we did.
Yeah. So love to hear it's working out for you. Put this stuff in action. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, don't file this one away. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, reach out to your coaches. If you're in the Freedom Club, you got my cell phone number, you got Tammy's cell phone number. Call us. We'll be happy to help you anytime. And if you're in the MMA, you could reach out to Mike or Erica or Meg, and they'll walk you through it too. So I guess we could give them all Diane's cell phone number too. Diane's sitting over here on the side. She's helping us do the show here. Yeah, and so we'll give you her personal cell phone number too. And she loves talking on Sunday mornings too, just FYI. So, all right, guys. Tammy and I just want to thank you.
867-5309.
Yeah, 867-5309 is Diane's phone number. What was her? Jenny. That was Jenny's phone number. Yeah.
I got your number.
So thanks so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you allowing us to be part of your success story. If you need any help with this or anything else, reach out. Be the squeaky wheel and all this stuff. We're here for you. And if we didn't have time to help you, we wouldn't have taken you on as a client. So don't be bashful about this stuff. Reach out. Let us help you. We're here for you. And whatever you're doing, either we're personally doing it in our mortgage company, or somebody here in the group is doing it already successfully. You don't have to blaze new trails and figure things out. Either we or somebody else here in the group has already figured it out. So that's it. Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you, and looking forward to hearing about your success.
Absolutely.